Okay, we're going live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Radiant Black podcast. I'm joined by my friend and my host, Matt, today. And, this is a show where we talk about obviously Radiant Black, but also everything Massiveverse. But today we're going to talk about a specific thing in the Massiveverse. Matt, you want to tell them what it is?
That's right. It's just about the final day for the Inferno Girl Red Volume 2 Kickstarter campaign, and we're here because we want to shed some light on it and get over that finish line.
Well said. Yeah. So, guys, I don't know if you've heard, we've been we've been trying to accomplish, I guess you could say, this Kickstarter. It's Inferno Girl Red Book 2, but also surprisingly Book 1. Right now we've got like just over 24 hours left. We'll share the screen here in a second, but the point is we've got just over 24 hours left and we got to get this over the finish line, right? Everyone knows how important this is. Here we go. There you are. So Inferno Go Red. See, I pledged. I did my part. I'm a good boy. We've got 983 backers. We're at almost 108,000 Canadian out of 115,000. So we've got about 7,000 Canadian left or 5,000 US left. I think we can do this, right? I think exactly. This is how we win, JTD. That's how we win. I think we can do this. Okay. But before we dive too deep into this, let's talk about what this is. If you haven't already seen, we updated a short on our YouTube that talked about what the Kickstarter is and some of the reward tiers, and we know you guys know about it. But Matt, why don't you tell them a little about Inferno Girl Red?
Well, Inferno Girl Red, it was technically started before some of the other Massiveverse titles, right? It was in the works. It was the Kickstarter, and it was the Kickstarter, probably the one I feel the most FOMO over, fear of missing out, because it was a really great story. The art, everything. Erica D'Urso is like leading. There's a reason Matt Groom always says that her name is first, because she was basically like integral in designing this character, and her art style is all over this book. It's amazing, right? So it's got everything you want in a superhero story. It's got legacy, but you can jump right in. It's got dynamic characters. It changed the way I feel about like a lot of life. Like it's not really a spoiler, but like belief is a massive theme in this series, at least in volume one. And I think it spreads that kind of positivity. And also, you can get your name in the book if you're at. I think it's above the 5 tier. Well, I'm not sure what the exact tier is, but this is a perfect series for your young kid, especially a young daughter. I think this would be great, even especially if she's got vitiligo or something like that, or like a visual kind of difference in her look and stuff like that. You could donate, and you could fund the book and have her name in the background, put it in your son or daughter's name, and then they could literally be a part of the universe, helping usher it in and getting into the hands of a ton of definitely satisfied readers. Sorry. So, yeah, that's my little spiel about it. So you will not, I don't know a single person that didn't like it. I haven't heard a negative word about Inferno Go Red, period.
Well said. Yeah. Yeah, guys, Inferno Girl Red's fantastic. I think they say that it has the superhero drama of something like Spider-Verse, the teen angst, and tokusatsu action. I think that's a good description. The artwork, of course. Let's talk about the creators. Of course, this created by Erica D'Urso and Matt Groom. Erica D'Urso being the artist and co-creator, and Matt Groom being the writer and co-creator. We also got the colors by the incredible Igor Monti and letters by the amazing Becca Carey. So you got like a super proven Massiveverse team. You've seen them on other Massiveverse books, and you probably, if you haven't seen or read IGR Book 1 and you really want the Kickstarter edition or you want a hardcover edition, well, you had an opportunity to get that again during this Kickstarter, which is ending in 28 hours. And yeah, shout out actually to the community members, particularly Owen's Reviews, also known as Massiveverse Central. He's been doing an amazing job getting the word out there every single day. Rallying the community together. We've all really been trying to promote the book as much as possible, but Owen's really been doing the extra, 10%, messaging as many people as he can, getting everyone on the train. And yeah, like Gail Simone, like tweeted me. I was just like so random, but I noticed that Owen was getting the word out there, telling her to like please promote this book because it's great. And I agree, it's great. And obviously, one thing Matt touched on earlier is the fact that this book is about hope, and I really hope that we can come together as a community and continue to push this book out there for the next day or so and really get the word out there. So we're doing our little part, and what we're doing is we're trying, you guys who follow us on social media, you already know this, but we're doing a giveaway for one of the Inferno Girl Red covers.
Yeah. And all you have to do is show that you pledged, and you can show us in the comments on Twitter and the replies, and you can be entered to win this amazing cover.
Yep. Stadium Comics exclusive, done by Marcelo Costa. I'm not sure what the print count is. Oh, look who's joined us. It's Charlie.
Hey,
Hey, how you doing?
What up?
We're just talking
yeah,
about the giveaway.
sweet. Yeah, I had some troubles. I know you guys were the ones with the Wi-Fi concerns all weekend, having troubles all over the place.
Uh,
Mine
But
just
yeah,
take a shit
happy to
on.
have you here.
Awesome, happy to be here.
yeah, and we're just talking about the giveaway. So I don't know what the print count of this book is, but I'm pretty sure it's low. It's like 500 to 1,000 range. And this was an exclusive by Stadium Comics, so it sold out pretty quickly. And we're gonna be giving this away. How, you want to be part of the giveaway? All you got to do is, well, just make sure you find our Twitter. We just tweeted about it. You just got to reply and show us that you pledged. It doesn't matter if you only pledge $1, $5, $5,000, whatever your pledge is. It qualifies you to enter the giveaway. So yeah, it's just our little way of giving back to both
That's
the
awesome.
community and to help kickstart. Help get the Kickstarter to the finish line in any way possible, because everyone's doing their part and we just wanted to do our part. So yeah, guys, check out that giveaway. And now we're gonna take you back to the Kickstarter page.
Exactly.
All right. So one thing we want to highlight here before we finish our shilling spiel. I like that, our SS, our shilling spiel.
Not
We're
the
gonna
best
look at one of the
acronym.
updates. No, we're gonna look at one of the updates. This one in particular, the huge Massiveverse reveals in a Q&A
Big
with
news.
Kyle Higgins. Very big news, guys. So I'm not gonna read this part here because it's just Matt summarizing the last few days, but we're gonna go right into it. So this is a chat between Matt Groom, co-creator and writer of Inferno Girl Red, and he's interviewing Kyle Higgins, who created the Massiveverse, who is the main mind behind Black Market Narrative, the creative collective, and he's just a fantastic comic book writer, creator, director, you name it. So this is just a really good rapport between the two. Here's number one. So I know from being there for most of it that you put a phenomenal amount of work into the Massiveverse, writing your own books, Radiant Black and No One, editing Inferno Girl Red, supporting on other titles, and helping to create opportunities for every book in the line. Why do you invest so much of yourself into it? What does the Massiveverse mean to you? And Kyle says, it comes from a few places. First, I love superheroes. I love the idea of what superheroes can be, how they can reflect the world outside of our window, and how they can be allegorical tales that, when done well, that touch on both issues of our times while also providing for fantastic wish fulfillment. And when it comes to telling these sorts of stories, I think there's unrivaled potential when it's creator owned. I've been very fortunate in my career to go through a variety of different work for hire experiences on some big characters, and that's been a privilege. I've had great experiences. But the freedom that creator owned allows, well, you've experienced yourself, Matt. And I think that work you and Ryan and Melissa, as well as our artist collaborators, have done, that's all the proof you need. The Massiveverse is a place where creators can really cut loose and tell the superhero stories they've always wanted to tell without restriction, and I'm really proud to have played a part in helping to create that.
Yeah. And Kyle asked, what made you want to edit Inferno Girl Red when I first pitched it to you? Or, Matt asked to Kyle. And Kyle says, honestly, because I believed in you. See, believe. Not it's outside the book. It's pouring into our lives. Hey, I'm editorializing here, but Kyle continues with, I've always prided myself on trying to be a connector. Maybe it comes from my filmmaking background, where you need to bring together really diverse talents and perspectives to create the best possible piece of art. It trains you to spot talent, and it motivates you to enable those talented people and connect them to other talented people so that they can empower each other. But I also think IGR played a role in inspiring the Massiveverse in general. In many ways, in many ways, I'm not sure if I would have started Radiant Black if you had not pitched Inferno Girl Red. You helped me see the potential of meshing some ideas of some of those tokusatsu influences with Western superhero storytelling, which helped me coalesce my own ideas. And though we took them in quite different directions, we both had similar inspirations about what we could achieve and how far we could push things.
Yeah, that's actually kind of cool. Like that, just hearing that the inspiration behind Inferno Girl Red, like just the origins. But yeah. So, how would you describe? We get some insight on Inferno Girl Red Book 2, without too much spoilers. And Kyle says, I think, as you said, without spoiling things too much, the thing that excites me the most about Book 2 is the way you've found a way to continue to explore the ideas of hope and what it means to have it, not to have it, and the dangers it also can contain. And you've found some exciting ways and different angles to explore these ideas, which, yeah, we saw a lot in book 1. And you've also started to expand the story in really interesting ways, giving even more weight and increasing the sense of emotional consequence in the world. At the end of book 1, Cassia lost her one-person support network, and in book 2, she has to rebuild that and try to form a team as everything falls apart around her, and the consequences of book 1 start to catch up. And yeah, book 1 was set up. Now is coming at Cassia from a million different directions. She'll have to define the sort of hero she wants to be amongst everything and all that chaos there.
Oh yeah, awesome stuff. So Matt asks, what's your take on how Inferno Girl Red Book 2 fits into the Massiveverse? And Kyle says, Inferno Girl Red, Rogue Sun, and Radiant Black were the first 3 series in the Massiveverse, and as such, create the 3 sides of the triangle that all the Massiveverse stands on. So what happens to Cassia is always going to have major consequences to the entire Massiveverse. More specifically, those of us who have been reading our supermassive crossovers will know that Cassia came to the world of Radiant Black, Rogue Sun, and Dead Lucky, and the rest in our 2022 edition of Supermassive. But up until that point, it wasn't clear when that fell on Cassia's timeline or the circumstances that led her there. But Inferno Girl Red Book 2 makes it all explicitly clear. You'll see the story of how Cassia ended up there, and in that get a much clearer idea of how this core pillar of the Massiverse connects to everything else, while also continuing our approach of ensuring that everything stands alone, so you can enjoy IGR without reading anything else if that's what you prefer. I can also exclusively reveal that IGR's ties to the Massiveverse will only continue to strengthen. While I can't say too much, I will say that Supermassive 2024 is happening. That Cassia plays a key role in it, and that it ties directly into the Catalyst War and event that's happening in Radiant Black.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I always forget how long we're gonna be dealing with this stuff, which is awesome. Kind of like the beginning of next year, like we'll still have the Catalyst War and stuff. So I love that tie is gonna be pretty big for sure.
Yeah, definitely. That's really cool to see. Like, there could be side stories about like Supermassive could tie into the Catalyst War, and the fact we're even getting Supermassive again, like one of my favorite crossovers. Like, it was amazing. Both different flavors in 2022 and 2023, and another one with more Cassia. Like, can't wait. We're on 5 here, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So Matt then says, comics are the core and the heart of the Massiveverse, but you established early on in Radiant Black that our stories will expand one medium and storytelling approach. So maybe it's time we start with to tease a little bit about our own plans for IGR. And Kyle responds, we've always been interested in building superhero stories that are outside the box. No kidding. And go above and beyond. Form and presentation and the reading experience is paramount. For example, doing IGR as premium deluxe hardcovers, that's the way we feel best showcases the story. And Erica and Igor's gorgeous art. So we are committed to that. But that's not the only medium we're excited about. We're also building something that you'll see soon. In fact, here's another exclusive review for you. We're working on an 8-page webcomic story written by Matt, illustrated by the incredible Eleonora Carlini with colors, but IGR's own Igor Monti. Here's a quick look, and you see that amazing cover right there.
That looks insane. Yeah, that looks insane. And I love how they still have Igor on that too, just to kind of keep that little flavor. But yeah,
Carlini, I'm assuming it's Italian. Like, the Italians are coming out in full force in the artists. Like, Erica is crazy talented. Like, I love how we're getting these like international talents that a lot of people maybe not have heard of, but definitely are like blowing minds left and right. Like, these covers, there has not been a bad cover of Radiant Black, Inferno Girl Red, Rogue Sun, Dead Lucky, Radiant Red, Radiant Pink. There hasn't been one that I haven't wanted to hang on my wall.
Yeah, you're right there.
And then below it says, I can't reveal when you're able to read it just yet, but it shouldn't be very long until you find out. It delves deeper into Cassia's new relationship with her new mentor, Dr. Caro, the previous Inferno Girl Red. And as Cassia looks to Dr. Caro for guidance, we get our first look at what Dr. Caro's life as IGR was like from her own perspective. Sounds amazing. And yeah, I guess...
you just say existence? Was that a Marshallian slip?
Did I say perspective? It probably was Marshallian. I guess it was perspective. I got existence on the brain. But yeah, if you haven't read Inferno Girl Red, go check that out. Like, go read it. There's obviously a few spoilers as to where we are in the narrative going forward. But yeah, just go at your own risk. Just back it and plug your ears, I guess, until it's.
Not to distract you. By the way, you can read Inferno Girl Red Book 1 for free now. Like you just go on Magroom's Twitter. They recently put it all out.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So if you're like uncertain, you want to just check it out, go read Inferno Girl Red Book 1 for free now, and then you can decide
Yeah.
to run it back Inferno Girl Red Book 2. But
Yeah.
obviously you should.
Or
Anyways, go on,
even
please.
even just do it in just do it obviously to support, but you get a free entry in that giveaway. Going back to the giveaway too.
Yeah,
So
$1
do that.
as
Come
little as
on,
$1.
$1. That's an expensive comic. Come on,
Exactly.
that's enticing. That's enticing.
Yeah, and Kyle continues. This is just another demonstration of how we're committed to IGR and why I think you should get in on it as soon as possible, as early as possible, because there's even more yet to come. Like IGR and the Griffins' appearance as playable fighters in the Massiveverse fighting game card game coming next year.
Yeah, definitely gonna get my hands on those cards. But
Swooping
yeah,
in the card stores.
hell
Sorry.
yeah. Some more merch here. These are kind of cool. I know we saw the IGR one a long time ago. Actually not a long time ago. But definitely first. But we get the question here. So I heard on the grapevine that you'll have some cool Massiveverse stuff at NYCC. Maybe something to accompany the IGR pin. Could we have a sneak peek at that? And Kyle reveals that's true. For the first time ever, we're gonna have a black market narrative booth on the main show floor. So that's a great idea right off the bat. But here's a look at some of the things we'll have available at the NYCC pins by Kelly McMahon. McMahon.
You're not a wrestling fan, I can tell.
I'm not a wrestling fan.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
And prints by Tom Whalen. So yeah, those are freaking awesome. Is that's a new Rogue Sun one or no?
Yeah, that's the new Rogue Sun, guys.
Yeah,
we got
yeah,
the
there
Rogue
it is.
Sun. We got the Rogue Sun.
Yeah, these are kind of a series I haven't stayed on top of. The retro ones are ones like I've wanted to collect them all. These ones I definitely like. I haven't kept up with all of them, but I every time one comes out, it's awesome, and I love just seeing more and more. And yeah, this one's definitely not an exception. But yeah, so the prints are 12 by 18, which is awesome. Limited edition screen prints. By Nakatomi, numbered and signed by Tom Whalen. A reminder that while the IGR pin by Kelly will be available at NYCC, the cheapest way to get it is as an add-on for this Kickstarter, which I think Bash has talked me into upping my pledge to get into that. I know you're in on that. So.
Look at this. We need the set. We got to catch them all.
Yeah,
that's great. Does
the fire hang off the pin? Like it looks like that would be tough. You'd be
it does. I think it does. Yeah,
that just
the
pops.
fire and her really helmet. Pops, yeah, there's like little edges. That's basically a shuriken, guys. Come on, like look at that.
Do you think we're ever going to see who they're facing in those art prints? Where they're always facing the left, right? Maybe they're facing like Guy really pissed everyone off, and we get like one of shift or something. That'd be cool. Yeah. But no, I love them. Look at it. Like it's fine art. It's fine. Like if you saw that in like an art gallery, you'd be standing there for hours engaging with it. It's amazing.
Yeah. Some lucky people were able to get the dead lucky one, I think, at SDCC from Kelly or Melissa if you went. So
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Totally. And now you got to get the IGR one if you got the dead lucky one. You just have to. You got to get the set going. Like you can't neglect the set. But for us, fortunately, unfortunately, we have to get the dead lucky one. I don't think any of us got that one, but you know damn well I got the Inferno Girl Red one. So let's go. And my God, the Rogue Sun, man.
I'll get the Nolan one just to feel safe, just so I don't get doxxed. Really, that's what you need.
Yeah, that's great. That Rogue Sun one though, I feel like once you get one, you kind of it's enticing to collect them all. You know, it's great. Yeah, that would so be good. Cool. That would be cool.
Yeah. So they said they've run out of hardcovers for Inferno Girl Red Book 1, the Kickstarter edition, but you guys remember we talked about this exclusive edition that was coming out for cons several months ago. So here they have the not out of stock Kickstarter edition hardcovers. So they have a contingency plan. They have a book 1 hardcover that Image printed their own edition of. They've managed to secure some. They said they were going to plan on signing them at certain conventions, but they've managed to secure some of these. And it has an undressed version of the trade paperback. Honestly, very badass. I'm not gonna lie. Like, look at that. So it says its front cover is not exclusive to Kickstarter, unlike the other one, and so it won't be exclusive to the campaign. But other than the front cover, everything else, all the internal content, the spine, the back cover, the size is the same. So it's a great option for anyone who missed out on the Kickstarter hardcover. Of course, you've already added the other book 1 hardcover as an add-on. You're welcome to swap versions, though I wouldn't recommend it because it doesn't match as nicely with the book 2 hardcover, which is why we're only making it available now as a backup option. Thanks to Kyle for taking the time to chat and being willing to share some of what's ahead for the IGR and the Massiveverse. So, guys, last thing I want to add is they did lower some of the reward tiers costs. So like becoming part of the Massiveverse or like creating your own character with Erica, they lowered the price a decent amount. So if you're interested in that, take a look at that. We're really close, guys. Look at that. Look at that. It keeps going up. It's beautiful. That's what I like to see. We're so close. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Just
Not
a
just
little
that.
over a day.
Not just the price discounts, but we're talking about how Matt Groom was kind of like or not Matt Groom, but Kyle was kind of the architect of all this. But Matt Groom was really the catalyst with the IGR idea, the Matalist, if you will. So it was really cool that Kyle today revealed that he's offering him and Michael Basuto will like check out your script or pitch for a comic idea as an incentive. So that's something you can rarely ever buy if that's ever like an option. Like that's insane. And someone like Kyle is really good. Even in our interview with Brian Buccellato last week, who helped with the midlife idea, he suggested the name Midlife. Even to Brian, like Kyle's got that touch. So like any project you have, that conversation with Kyle and Michael Basuto, who's got a crazy good mind for this stuff of his own, that's invaluable. So it's incredibly worth it for writers.
Yeah, and to riff off of what Matt was saying, check out our interview that we recently did with writer Brian Buccellato. He's just an awesome guy. Honestly, like
Yeah, he
it's
was
one thing.
he was a funny guy. I just had a
Yeah.
chance to listen to it, and it was a great interview. I definitely it was my brother's birthday, so I couldn't miss that. But I had a great time listening to it.
He's getting closer to midlife, is he not? So I mean, you
Check
can
it
buy
out.
this for him.
I mean, he's 18, so he's got a bit of time, but yeah, he's getting there. But yeah, no, it was really well done. And I was surprised. I thought Buccellato, we saw him kind of at the panel. I thought he was a little more quiet. But I guess that's because Kyle was there and everyone was there. But he was a really, really funny dude. So yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, he's a really great guy. Yeah, please check out his books. I honestly cannot recommend Midlife enough. It's excellent. It's truly an incredible comic book, at least based off the first two issues that we got a chance to read. I could not recommend it enough. It was honestly it was going on my pull list after the first issue, but the second issue was just like I need more now. So check that out. Stefano Simeone art and Hassan Atzmanahau on letters. Just an amazing creative team. And then
it's
last but not least,
month. Yeah. FOC was this week. It's in stores next month, so don't miss your copy. If you like Ted Lasso, check out that cover.
Oh yeah, I honestly. Okay. So he did some trivia on Twitter, asking questions and was giving people like free copies of the comic if you answered it correctly. But also,
that's cool.
Yeah. Also, what Matt said was, Ted Lasso was actually the inspiration for the cover. So we didn't know that until he told us after stream. I also just want to say real quick, Brian Buccellato is also writing Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, and he told us that there's a really, really cool, like sound roar variant,
like a voice chip
on FOC.
in the cover.
Yeah,
I didn't know you could do that with comics.
Yeah, no, I didn't know either. You open it and it fucking roars. Like it actually
like
roars
Godzilla
like crazy. It's
Kong.
pricey though. It's $15. I saw it on FOC. It's $15 US. But fuck it, I'm getting one.
It's worth it.
And
that's crazy. Yeah, that's
told us
wild.
something.
I love it.
Charlie, did you see the Voltron thing about the Green Lanterns?
No.
Okay, so you're gonna
listen.
If you're a Green Lantern fan, you're gonna want to buy the book. Trust me.
Okay.
That's not a spoiler.
Okay?
I mean,
if you like
DC,
DC, or he mentioned on the stream. If you like DC or you like Green Lantern, you're gonna want to buy Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. Okay.
Yeah. We didn't talk about it in the interview, but off air he mentioned that cover, which is like the coolest thing you can buy. I mean, you're gonna be roaring with excitement yourself when you pick up that book because like,
love it.
It's gonna be the crossover. I think it's gonna be worthy of the title. Like all these IPs in this, Brian knows what he's doing.
Yeah, like I needed to be more excited, but
right.
We love it. We love it.
Last but not least, started my own YouTube channel finally. Got Ali as a guest on soon. Got him on already. Probably will get one of these guys on soon, obviously. So check it out. We talk a lot of DC because you guys know that there's like not a lot of channels that talk much DC, but we talk about all comics as well, super indie stuff. It's been a really fun time, and I'm gonna get a bunch of guests on all the time. Everyone you can think of, from my fellow boys here to people within the YouTube community, I guess people within the other part of YouTube community, as well as people like Owen from Massiveverse Central. So all the kinds of guests you could think of. Got so many people coming on. I also got a creator that's doing a creator interview soon on my own channel, but it's one that is a surprise. I don't think a lot of people are going to know who it is, but those of you who do know who it is, it's going to be really fun. So yeah,
for me, all that Bash's wealth of knowledge in comics is unparalleled among most people I know, including like my stepdad. He's been live this stuff. Yeah. He's a big collector. So Bash knows what he's talking about, and he's gotten me to read a ton of amazing series. So like definitely worth your time.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
That's really for sure. Nice. Yeah, that's a great idea, man. For sure. Yeah, that's an outlet for sure. You have a lot of knowledge and a lot of shit to talk about, I'm sure. So that's great for you, and I'm definitely gonna be tuning in. Check that out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's great.
Yeah, we already got Eddie on talking shit. You know what I mean? Like for whatever, it's a lot of fun. You're gonna have some really. Like I told myself, the first guests I'm gonna have on are gonna be Canadians, because like you know how it is.
You guys got
Anyway,
to talk about the Batgirl villain and Firefly. We got Ali on there. It's just it's perfect branding. But yeah,
pretty much, yeah, exactly. I had actually some other thumbnails had his picture up there, but I think I was confusing people about like newer people about whose channel it was. So I was just like, you know, fuck you. You know, I was just kidding. But anyway, guys, please support Inferno Girl Red. Please check out, even if you just donated $1. Okay, check out our giveaway, because we want to both thank you and give back to the community for everyone's support. And check us out soon. Our newsletter is almost done. I swear. I just want to make it look visually nice. So everyone's already put their submissions in. These guys are good. We're gonna have the newsletter out very, very soon, the next few days, and then be on the lookout for our fan cast. So I think you guys are gonna have so much fun with the fan cast when we do it. Okay,
we'll do it before the NYCC panel, because Kyle's bringing something. NYCC is gonna be crazy.
If he announces Nathan, then hype. Because like he was asking about like who's the voice actor for Nathan. Like if he announces it, then that's just something to potentially look forward to. Anyway,
yeah, definitely.
Thank you guys for joining me today, my fellow hosts. Thank you everyone in the chat for joining us. We really appreciate you. Please keep on doing the amazing work you're doing for promoting the book and sharing, with your friends. And please support Inferno Girl Red. We'll see you next time. Stay radiant.